you very much. It's always a pleasure to get out and to speak to good Republicans and Pachyderms, and specifically around the state. So again, it's looking forward to this. Hopefully it's an informative evening. As I talk, if you just think of questions, I'm trying to speak for about 15 or 20 minutes and leave about 10-15 minutes for questions. So if you have questions about either the state's situation financially, as chairman of the House Budget Committee, my job is to put the state's budget together. Missouri has about a $23 billion budget. So it's not a small number. It's certainly not the trillions of dollars that our president is spending, but $23 billion to me still is a big number. Or anything about the background, the status of the Republican Party. And I just want to start with just giving you an overview of how things look in the state of Missouri, and then I'm going to transition to the auditor's race and maybe a little bit about the budget. In Missouri House of Representatives, we have 163 elected members in the House, 34 state senators. Currently, we have people who resign, or if you're a Democrat, you go to federal prison. So we have from time to time. And in fact, we're missing, I think, one or two of our colleagues because they're all in prison. But about 88, 89 Republicans, and so we have a decent majority in the House. Which is good because you do need a working margin in order to govern. And for 2010, our colleagues on the other side of the aisle, in fact, last year, we took what some people consider to be a very, very tough vote on, in effect, not expanding the state's Medicaid system. And Medicaid is not Medicare. Medicare is the federal system. On not expanding the state's Medicaid system, and Medicaid is the state's welfare system. And one of the guys on the other side of the aisle, one of the leaders of the Democrat Party, looked at our side, and to the majority floor leader, who is the Republican who basically is a traffic cop on the House floor to decide what legislation moves forward or not, and he just mouthed, "You just lost the majority." Oh, really? I don't think we'll ever lose the majority when we do the right thing. Not afraid of that. And of course, here, 1 year later, I don't think we're going to lose the majority. I think we're going to expand the majority in the Missouri House, and we will prove them wrong again. When I was elected in 2002, that was the year that Republicans took the majority in the Missouri House. And I have been a beneficiary of 8 good years of Republican leadership in the House. 2 years prior to that, Republicans took the state Senate, and of course 2 years after the House, Matt Blunt was elected governor. So we had 4 great years of Republican leadership in the Missouri House, the Missouri Senate, and the governor's office. And I tell folks, we did a lot of good things. And I'm sure each and every one of those showed up on the front page of the Kansas City Star. Oh, yeah. Am I missing something? It certainly showed up on the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. All they had to do was rip into Republicans on their editorial page. But that's okay. I tell folks, I was not sent to, and my colleagues were not sent to Jefferson City to make friends necessarily. We're there to do the right thing. In fact, my predecessor in the House, a fellow by the name of Carl Bearden from St. Charles County, first Republican chairman of the Missouri House Budget Committee in over 50 years, had a sign in his office, and I will never forget this. It said, "What is right is not often popular, and what is popular is not often right." And whenever it comes to taking tough votes in the budget, and we take tough votes in the budget, I try to remind my colleagues, we were not sent to Jefferson City to do the popular thing. We were sent to Jefferson City to do the right thing. And if we're doing the right thing, then we will be in for a battle, and we have been. That's okay. If we do the right thing and lose the vote, I can sleep at night, because I know I've done the right thing. Now let me just transition to the auditor's race. How many are aware of what I will refer to as the letter? Anybody hear about the letter?
Is that from McCaskill?
Yes.
Oh, our pal McCaskill.
I hope she's sending the original. This is a fax. Our federal senator, Claire McCaskill, sent a letter complaining, sent it to me and my counterpart in the Senate, who actually, this is his first year as chairman of the Senate Appropriations Committee, Rob Mayer. Rob's a great guy from down southeast. She sent this letter, 2-page letter, and it basically says, at a high level, I worked very hard to send you, the state of Missouri, all this bailout money. Yeah. And you took it and you spent it. And instead of saying, "Thank you, Claire, for helping us," all you did was criticize us. Where is the love? So I responded yesterday. Yesterday I said, "Dear Senator McCaskill," being very polite. I said, "Senator, there were some other things I hammered her on, like cap and trade, Obamacare, all this other nonsense, driving our nation into the hole financially. But on this specific issue, I said, Senator McCaskill, first of all, we didn't ask for it. You sent it to us and basically put so many strings on it because this is your taxpayer money that's out in the future someplace. So Washington sent the state legislature your money. They said, well, you can use this, and oh, by the way, if you don't, we'll send it somewhere else. Maybe Kansas, Oklahoma. Said, okay, I can see the deal here. It's use it or lose it. So we took it. And I said, well, Senator, that's not that great of a deal because all you did at the federal level was spend hundreds of billions of dollars to bail states out. So you just made the problem worse. You haven't solved a thing. So the hole gets deeper, and it doesn't, as I said, it doesn't solve a thing. The 50 states in this nation have a systemic financial budgetary problem. We can no longer do state government the way we've done state government. Mitch Daniels, who's the Republican governor of Indiana, wrote an editorial in the Wall Street Journal in September of last year, and that was the title of his article. There's the coming reset in state government. Things have to change. And all the state government, all the federal government did, and I pointed this out to the senator, all you did was delay the day of reckoning. States have to address the problems. Money from D.C. for a year or 2 years does not fix that. State legislatures have to make tough votes to fix the problem here. So in effect, all you did was dig a bigger hole in which we all have to get out of, and you haven't solved a thing at the state level. So, no thank you. There are no thanks coming.